to take up all of your time.
Well, I appreciate you sharing everything.
Yes, so I'm going to give you a printout of my YouTube link so that you can
Okay.
actually go on to my channel and you can just watch everything. But anyways, Mr. Sipherd lied about a 20-minute seizure. He lied about everything. He said that we were manufacturing oils. Then on page 3, after he already told them we went to the doctor and we're legitimate under Prop 215, everything's cool. My ex-wife and her new boyfriend have been poisoning my son with THC and CBDs for the last 5 months. Right? So then Detective Glocko drives by the house, sees a 1,500 square foot greenhouse, glowing green, obviously it's full of cannabis. He decides to come in under Prop 64, which is the new recreational prop, and states that we have too many plants under that recreational prop because Placer County says we're only allowed to have 6 plants.
Is that all?
Yes, under the recreational. Under the Prop 215, the law says we can have as much as our doctor says we need, but our corrupt Placer County Board of Supervisors have written a law that directly violates my constitutional rights, my civil rights to be able to medicate medicinally. They've also written in their ordinance that only 6 plants per household, regardless if it's medicinal or recreational, which again, so if we're married and you have cancer and I have glaucoma, you either get to die of cancer or I get to be blind, which one of us, and the amount of medicine they are allowing us to grow is not enough to even give you a month's worth of medicine because you have to take it in a concentrated form. So they are absolutely breaking the law by these corrupt agendas that they have, and they have directly hurt my son by writing these corrupt ordinances allowing the Placer County Sheriff to operate illegally, pushing their agenda that's a bunch of bull. Our voters in 1996 voted in Compassionate Care Act so that we can grow the medicine in our backyard as long as we have a doctor and it's legitimate and we're being watched to make sure that we're not abusing it. That's how they took big pharmaceutical out. And a lot of people don't like that. So they have their own agendas. Whatever their agenda is, they all have their own agenda. And they have used my son as their main tool to further their each individual agenda. So Detective Glocko drove by, said that we had more than our allotted amount, issued a warrant under Prop 64, came in on June 22nd, full-blown rage, sirens, announcing, arrested, pulled my friend out of the house. I was in the shower. They pulled me out by gunpoint. I had a towel halfway wrapped around me because I thought my boyfriend fell. I heard a boom, boom, boom on the door, or on the floor. Well, it's not my house. I'm not going to answer the door. I'm washing my hair. I've got the music going. I'm not paying any attention. I'm in the shower. I hear it again, boom, boom, boom. But it wasn't like a boom, but it was just a weird vibration. And I thought, I wonder if Brian fell or something. And he's like pounding on the floor to get my attention. I should check. I didn't even turn the shower off. I had conditioner in my hair. I just grabbed the towel, put it in front of me, and kind of peeked out like, hey, Brian, are you okay? There were like 5 officers in my face with shields, guns, face masks, the whole thing. Get your hands up, get your hands up. And I was just like, oh, holy crap, what's going on? There were officers behind me. I was completely open behind me. A complete nightmare. They refused to let me get dressed. I was like, I couldn't imagine they were going to shoot me. I was completely in shock, which thank God they didn't, because I was like, no, I'm not going out there naked. I'm going to go get my dress on. And I freaking walked away and went and put my dirty dress on from the day before. No bra, no underwear. I was on my period. I know this is really personal. I was on my period. They wouldn't let me put a tampon in. They put me in handcuffs. They put me out there for like 3 hours. Then like an hour later, I'm like, people, I need to use the bathroom. I've got problems. I need to use the bathroom. It took forever to get authorization for them to put my handcuffs in front of me so that I could take care of my womanly hygiene.
Then are these federal cops or Placer cops?
Dude, this is PCSO and special ops.
So it's not Placer County
It
officers.
is Placer County. It is special ops. I don't know if special ops is Placer County, but Placer County was absolutely involved. So the detective lied. They totally came in. They knew it was a Prop 215 collective. They have all of our recommendations out on the hood of the car. Detective Glocko flat out told me, I don't have a problem with you. I have a problem with him. He's grown here for years. For the last few years, I have a problem with him. He flat out told me that. And it's probably in the recording because dude better have recorded my interview, and I guarantee it's in there, people. He's got problems. So then his buddy Trednick, they're looking for all of whatever they could find to get us in trouble. So his buddy Trednick goes and says, oh, let's dig through their garbage. Well, my boyfriend didn't have garbage supply service. He had it in a big trailer. The property was a disaster. He was in the process of getting ready to move and whatnot. So the property was a complete disaster, but he had a year's worth of garbage. They dug through the garbage, found a whole 39 bottles of butane, 2 empty gallons of isopropyl alcohol, a coffee pot with some burnt residue in it that I'm thinking is probably burnt coffee. My coffee pot has burnt coffee in it. It's such a minute amount it can't be tested, so oh gosh dang, I'm thinking that might be something illegal, boys. They took evidence from another shed and put it in a different shed. They stuffed marijuana in it and trying to pose as though we were going to blast honey hash butane oil. They said that we're using an acetylene torch, a hot plate, our heat source was a pancake griddle. We had a coffee pot. We have 39 cans of butane, and we're making honey hash butane oil. So then they go into the house and they see all my son's coconut oil that I'm in the process of making. I told them it's Susie Q 59-1. I'm canning, so it's a complete disaster. And it's written on there, Susie Q, in my handwriting. There's 20 pounds, whatever it is. Detective Glocko says, oh, yep, we've got some honey hash butane oil here. Out of all of these jars that are pretty much the same, those 2 over there are a golden, sticky, honey-like substance, also known as dabs, honey hash butane oil. Arrest Mr. Pello. They're making honey hash butane oil. We want to charge Mrs. Sipherd with child endangerment, conspiracy to commit a crime. He had 5 things listed for me, and it was all spun off bullshit lies from Mr. Sipherd and bullshit character of Mr. Glocko. And then Mr. Timothy Trednick lied too. And these are like bold-faced lies that I have documented proof. I'm tearing the police report and their investigation apart. I've got nothing but documented proof for everything that I say. And we have got major corruption on the whole Placer County end. But neither here nor there. You can watch my YouTube channel and get caught up with that. But my problem is with my ex-husband is he has rode out this lie of a 20-minute seizure. He has continued up and through October of 2017 giving my son the cannabis oil that I made. It's in your medical records up October 17th. 5 mLs of THC, 5 mLs of CBD, twice a day, gummies, the exact medicine that I was giving my son in June that he said what I was poisoning my son with. He also went to all of the doctors and said, well, the synthetic drugs have never worked. The only thing that's ever controlled his seizures is cannabis. And, I'd really like to get some synthetic cannabis.
Does he still have legal custody
Yes,
of the
he
child?
does, but that is absolutely getting worked out because the courts completely took my kids away, put me under paid professional supervised visits, gave him 100% sole legal custody, temporary of course. And he has continued to abuse my children, abuse my son. You will see on the videos how my son over and over, I don't know if you were out here, but you'll see it because I'm going to post it. I was kind of hyphy and wanting to know why I wasn't in this doctor's appointment with him because I had the court orders and it was just a miscommunication of why I didn't get in. And my son heard my voice and he opened the door and came out and I was videotaping. And my son went running over to me and says, Daddy spanks me because I want mommy. He's under court order to not spank because he beats the crap out of my kids, witnessed by people. My kids have said how he is abusive. And
that's on this video right here.
Oh my gosh, CPS has an MDI recorded video of my daughter, 16-year-old daughter, telling how my husband yanked her out of the Denali on January 17th, 2017, slammed her up against it, bruised the back of her neck and her head, Her friends, I witnessed it. I pulled him off of my daughter. My other daughter pulled us apart because he had his hands around my throat and was slamming me up against our refrigerator. So my other daughter got involved. My sister, her boyfriend, and my niece were all there and witnessed it. All told the police what they saw. But Mr. Sipherd hasn't been charged. He's been allowed to continue to abuse my children verbally, emotionally, mentally, and physically, and I approved it for this whole year. And Placer County is set on their hands. CPS finds no concerns. Gloria Sutton is absolutely the most corrupt CPS employee ever. She's been dragged through the mud more than any CPS employee, and she has now been moved to the adult systems of care. You know, I can't say that it's because of my case, but as I dig in and I find out and I subpoena back end stuff and I get my deposition set up so that they have to bring those documents that I can look at, they're all busted with their own documents. So anyways.
Let me take your name right here because I want to continue the conversation. So I can call you.
Absolutely. Well, I actually have. You do, and you've been so amazing. And I'll have your ladies make copies of all of my stuff right here.
That would be wonderful. If you can leave
and
that with me.
I will. And I printed out my YouTube link. It has my name, my phone number, my address,
It's got it all.
of my contact, and my direct link to my YouTube.
Wonderful. Again, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really sorry.
And I'm so sorry too, and I will not sue you guys. I know I was hypey and I was like, he's setting you up for a massive medical malpractice lawsuit.
I wasn't here. I didn't hear anything.
Anyways, I'm not that way. I just need my son to be taken care of, and I need people to understand how important this is and how real it is and how I am not messing around. And everybody has a boss. And until Placer County steps up and does their job and listens to the victims, the witnesses, the documented proof, until they do their job, I'm not going to shut up, and I'm going to cause them so many problems. They have no idea how many problems I'm going to cause them and all of the plans I have. Just saying. So anyways, again, I show up with a plethora of documents. I absolutely say nothing I can't back up with legitimate documents, text conversations, medical records, videos of my son begging for help, bold-faced lies. I mean, this is the absolute ginormous blunder of Placer County's history ever, and I have a couple of people that are talking to me about making a movie. So this is like so huge, even way bigger than a documentary. I mean, because a documentary could be boring at some point. It probably won't be because I'm not boring, but yeah. So I've got big plans and we've got big problems, and I so appreciate your time. And your clinic is amazing, and I love everybody. I love Jeanette. I love Dr. Bria. Your entire staff is amazing.
I'm so glad to hear that.
So
make sure
Stallant
that you
Health.
copy all those for me. I'll pick them all up and then I'll call you and we'll discuss it further.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Left hand shake.
There you go.
Thank you.
I've got to run real quick.
Oh gosh, you're
but
so
again,
amazing.
And
Thank
you know
you so
how
much.
to get out of here, right?
I
You've
so
been here before.
do.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
All righty.
All right.
And your first name once more?
I'm
please?
Shawna Sipherd.
Shawna.
And
Okay.
I will leave you everything.
Okay,
Thank you
Shawna.
so much,
Yeah.
doctor.
We'll see you.
Oh, okay, YouTubers, there you go. Holy cow, what a day. Sorry about the red eyes. I got like 3 hours sleep last night. I've always said I can sleep when I'm dead. Anyways, I'll snuggle my babies and sleep with my babies as soon as I get them back. Anyways, stay tuned. It's getting good, I told you. We're having fun yet. I've had a couple people ask if we're having fun yet. Are we having fun yet? See you soon.